Hello again. In this lecture, you're going to learn how to add users to your Google Analytics account. This is something you need to know how to do if you are an agency and you need to add in clients or be added by your clients, or if you're freelancing and using your analytics skills that way. So let's dive right in. So the first thing we're going to do is move out of the demo account, because in the demo account, our access to what we can do is going to be limited. Now imagine if everyone could add and remove users freely across the demo account, there would be chaos. So we're going to go up here and click on demo account, then we're going to click on our account that we have created earlier and go into our property. And then we're going to go down to admin, click on account access management. And first of all, you are going to see yourself here and you're going to be added as an administrator. An administrator has full access. They can do literally everything. So if you want to add in someone else, all you need to do is click on the plus up here, add users, and then first of all, add in their email. And scrolling down, this is where it gets a bit more tricky. You are going to have to assign a role to this user. So there are mainly going to be three types of roles that you want to use here. First off is going to be the administrator role. The administrator role should only ever be used if you plan on giving the account away. The problem with the administrator role is that as soon as you make someone else admin, they are able to remove you as an admin, meaning they can take full control over the entire Google Analytics account. So I only ever recommend making someone an admin if you plan on giving the account away. For example, you are freelancing or something like that and you're setting up a Google Analytics account for someone else. Then down below we have editor. Now the editor can go in and change data and the settings. Usually that is not going to be that useful or that common of a role to assign, because you won't have to play with the different settings in an account. Those are usually made into admins because they're going to give the account away. However, marketer is a very common role to assign, and a marketer is someone who has the ability to change the columns, to change the look, and to play with the data within Google Analytics. So if you're doing data analyzing for other people, you're going to want to be asked to be added as a marketer role in here. And if you're bringing someone else into your Google Analytics to analyze the data for you, you're going to want to make them a marketer. And then again, analyst isn't that common, because for these sort of skills, you usually just make people into a marketer, but a viewer is the third option that is going to be very common to add someone in. So for example, if you're being evaluated or you are evaluating a client, you would ask to be add someone as a viewer, because a viewer can see all of the data, but they can't do anything with the data. So it's really the lowest role you can have, but it still allows you to evaluate someone and move and look around without being able to do anything about it. So you allow people to get insight without them being able to actually ruin or mess up anything in the account. And then of course we have none, which just means that you add them in to assign a role in the future. And down below we also have data restrictions. So for example, you want to add someone as a viewer to get their preliminary report, but you don't want them to see your actual revenue numbers. All you would do is check the no cost metrics and no revenue metrics, and they won't have the ability to see how much money your store is making. This can be sensitive data, and especially if you're only planning on hiring someone and you're getting an evaluation, you might want to cover these ones up. And then you scroll up and you click on add, and then that person will be notified if you notify them by email and check this one, and then they will be in. So again, remember, if you're planning on creating a Google Analytics account for someone else or be added as a marketer or a viewer, simply ask them to go to admin, click on account access management, the plus sign up here, add users, and have them add you into the appropriate role. And now you also know how to add others. Awesome. So let's move on to the next lecture.